John Harbaugh just got hired to the New York Giants. He got a 5-year contract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
5
he's
years.
one of the only ones to get a 5-year contract.
5 years, $100 million, I believe. Top 5 highest paid coaches right now, if not the highest paid. I don't have the full statistics, but I think that's what it is.
I mean, that sounds about right. I think because Tomlin, when he got fired, dude, he had $50 million for 2 years, and I was like, what? I was like, that's how much you're getting paid? That's insane. When you look up coach contracts, bro, you can't see what they're like exactly paid. Did you know that?
Really? No, I don't know.
Because I looked up Mike Tomlin's contracts, and it's just like blank.
Really?
Like, it's just blank.
Well, he also got fired.
He didn't get fired. He walked away.
What I'm saying is, like, when you go to previous years,
yeah.
like, I don't know if, like, you can put it out there if you want, or you can hide it if you want. Because I'm not sure, because coaches' contracts aren't in the salary cap or anything, right?
No, they're not.
No, it's just whatever you want to pay them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It might just depend on, like, franchise-wise. But, like, when I looked up Mike Tomlin's stuff, like, it was, like, you couldn't find, like, year-by-year base. I mean, unless I was looking at terrible websites, but.
This one says Mike Tomlin was $16 million a year.
That's what I'm saying. But then, like, the report was that he had $50 million left on 2 years left of his contract. So he's getting paid $25 million at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy hell.
Yeah, but John Harbaugh is making, it said like $20 million for 5 years.
Yeah.
Being one of the highest
He's
paid
making
coaches
$20
now.
million a year.
$20
It's
million a year.
$100 million for 5 years.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's a huge contract. I think that's
contract.
a great signing for the Giants. I think Giants have needed something like this. They need a leader of men, and that's what John Harbaugh has been. I mean, obviously they've had their downs recently, as the Ravens that I'm talking about. But where do you guys see a ceiling of the Giants? Do you think this is a good signing? And what are your thoughts? We'll start with Austin.
Yeah, my biggest – this is kind of like separate from the Giants. I just want to add this. This coaching cycle right now is showing you that right now that it doesn't matter what you've done lately, or it doesn't matter what your history is. If you haven't had success lately, you're going to get fired. Like this cycle specifically with Harbaugh leaving, Mike Tomlin getting fired, Sean McDermott getting fired. Like, these are all successful coaches, and everybody's just getting fired.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to show you, like, those type of coaches can lose a job. That's one takeaway I had from this. But for the Giants, though, it's tough. I want to say that it obviously moves the needle because he's John Harbaugh. He's a floor raiser, but, like, you just see the ceiling with him is just you don't know what it will be. I mean, you don't know how far he can go. Every year in the playoffs, it's been disappointing since, like, before they got Lamar, he was on the brink of getting fired.
Yeah.
So I obviously like this Giants team. I mean, you got your quarterback with Jack Starr, Scatterboo, if he comes back healthy, Neighbors. They have Abdul Carter last year. Like, they have another top draft pick this year. Like, this team is heading in the right direction. I mean, if you're asking for ceiling, I would say maybe playoffs next year, but it'd still be tricky for them to get in. They're in a tough division, especially with Jaden Daniels coming back.
Yeah. Not just next year, just like in general. Like, do you see this team like succeeding? Do you see a Super Bowl in the future?
Super Bowl. I can't give them a Super Bowl right now. I mean, I feel like there's no argument to. I mean, they won what last year? How many games they won last year? Yeah, 4. I'm not going to ever say a team next year is winning the Super Bowl just because of a coach.
Get that. Yeah,
so no, I don't unless I mean they would have to make a lot more moves to get into a Super Bowl conversation because that's kind of crazy. I'd just say playoffs right now. But like I said, they're probably going to be one of the toughest divisions next year with the Cowboys being them. If they can keep George Pickens in the building with Jaden Daniels coming back. I still like the Eagles because they fired Petula. So they're in a tough division.
Yeah. Maya?
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like that's a good question. You got to ask yourself, what do you think the Giant ceiling is? So, like, obviously, like what you said, it moves the needle. It definitely makes them better. Like, he doesn't really have to do much. Right, I mean, yeah, they won 4 games. You're talking about a franchise that literally probably wins 4, 5, 6 games a year, right? I mean, they're usually a team that has a top 5, top 10 pick, right? Besides the 1 year that they made the playoffs, but they're just a franchise that they need a change. You know, John Harbaugh obviously needed a change. We all respect what he did in Baltimore, but so yeah, obviously they're going to be better. It's not going to take much. He just has to win a couple more games, right, every year, possibly compete for that division, right? But the thing is, it's like, yeah, can I trust John Harbaugh, though, to, like, really, like, make this Giants organization, like, championship contenders? Because it's like, he couldn't win with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, right? So it's like, unless he completely turns this franchise around and Jackson Dart becomes, you know, to that level, like what you said, I can't really trust a coach to, you know, I can't call them Super Bowl contenders yet. Yeah. But, like, I do want to see them make that leap, though. Like, yeah, compete with your division, maybe make the playoffs, see what you can do. I mean, they have young talent. If he can develop all these young guys. I think he is a leader of men. I think he is respected in the locker room, and that's what they need. But yeah, like I don't know. I think maybe right now their ceiling, I'm gonna say like next year. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but I think they could win like 7, maybe 8 games.
I see them like fighting for a wild card spot next year.
Yeah,
they need to be better than what they were this year.
But also, you know, obviously, like they got to stay healthy. You know, like Jackson Dart, he looks like he's gonna be their guy. Malik Neighbors, like he's a problem when he's healthy. You know, he's borderline top 5 receiver. Their defense, if they really can just fix a couple holes in the draft, like these next 2 drafts, especially this one's going to be really key. I mean, you shore up that offensive line a little bit more, get a good secondary. I mean, yeah, they can look really good. But it's just like, I don't know, John Harbaugh couldn't win with Lamar. He couldn't get over that hump. So it's like, what makes you believe that he can do it with the Giants? That's my question. But I think it definitely makes him better, of course.
That's where I'm at.
That's my thing.
Caesar?
I mean, Jeremiah just went on a 10-minute spiel that kind of covered every basis that you needed to cover.
That's right, buddy. Sometimes you
yeah,
go
for
last.
sure, for sure. John Harbaugh makes him, I think, kind of the same. He hasn't done anything really in recent years. Missed playoffs with a top 5 quarterback in the league, and Lamar, someone that isn't just a good quarterback, is also a mobile quarterback that can go get you 50, 60 yards rushing, alongside Derrick Henry, who can get you 100 yards rushing. Right. I will say the defense is better in my opinion, just because they're younger. Right, so you can mold them to exactly what you would want. But it's really only defensive line. They got no secondary. So, like Maya said, they need to go get corners. They need to go get safeties. They need better offensive line. They need another weapon alongside Neighbors. I just named a lot of things that they need, right? So that's where I'm coming on. Like I'm trying to hit on that. I'm saying that a lot because, and I'm repeating based on what they said because that's what the Giants need. I don't even see them competing for a wild card. To be completely honest with you, I think this is going to take a 2 or 3 year development.
Yeah. One thing I'll add before Tyrus goes is that he's not a defensive-minded or an offensive-minded coach. He's technically just like
he's kind of balanced.
He got hired from special teams. That's what he was a coach of.
Yeah,
so he's technically just like basically a CEO, basically. Like he's just going to a GM, basically.
He's a CEO.
Basically just like a GM, basically. Yeah. He's just going to oversee everything. So
he knows ball.
He knows no ball. He knows how to hire people. Like he usually makes good moves. He's a leader, so that's really what you bring in. But he doesn't give you an offensive upside or a defensive upside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's fair, but I mean, with his name, I will say this: with his name being brought into New York, the OCs and DCs that will want that job are a higher caliber OCs and DCs than they were with Brian Daboll. I will say that. I believe that.
I mean, if they believe in like what
what he's doing,
if they believe in like the product he's going to bring there, probably.
You're saying they'll bring in high value OCs and DCs. I feel like high value OCs and DCs are going for head coaching jobs.
That's what I'm saying. But there's up and comers. So there are. Like you got the Rams, Shalice. He's literally like.
He's looking for a head coaching
I know
job.
He's looking for a head coaching job just based off of the fact of how well the Rams have been doing, how well the offense is, how much he has to do with that.
Yeah.
But Shalice is looking for a head coaching job, but I don't know if he'll get a head coaching job.
Right.
His next step will probably be to follow Shula wherever he goes and be an OC and then go from there to see what they have. Yeah. Because the problem with the NFL is they want to see if you have no name, they want to see what you've done in the past. What I'm saying is that John Harbaugh has produced a couple of defense coordinators. Now he's like the same with Tomlin, where he has like no really major coaching tree behind him. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's a different thing. I will say New York is a higher profited team. Yeah. So the Giants being in New York is a big market.
Yeah, massive market.
John Harbaugh has a name. It has a heavy weight to his name. Yeah. So people will want to go play for that, I believe.
I don't think it's heavy. It's good.
John Harbaugh?
It's a name. I mean, it's obviously a bigger name, but I mean,
It's probably the most wanted coach out of this coaching search of available coaches.
That's fair.
It's definitely a heavy name because it's a Harbaugh name. It's a Super Bowl name. It's a historic name. It's a well-solidified team name. You get a serious guy with the name Harbaugh. You see it with his brother, right? The only problem is, besides his brother, there is no actual production, right?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying, but don't act like there is no effect to it. There is no kind of like biasness, or there is no kind of like historic meaning to that name, because John Harbaugh is a historic NFL coach. So we got to give him respect to a certain sense. However, no one is in the wrong to dink him on all that historicness, all the past. Where's the now, right? That's where I agree with you, where I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's a 1 year flip around. I think it's going to be a 2-3 years. And that's based on the moves he makes.
Plus, I feel like sometimes, like, when you have a guy like Harbaugh and, like, now Tomlin, like, when you got a long tenured coach that they've been coaching in the league for a long time. They've coached for the same team, right? Like, the thing about Harbaugh is, like, that's what we know of Harbaugh recently. Like, he hasn't been able to get over the hump. Like, the thing is, he's now going to a team where we're now going to see Harbaugh pretty much, like, completely rebuild an organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he didn't necessarily have to do that with the Ravens because he's been through, like, because he was there for so long. It's kind of like we saw, like, of course, like, we saw the Ravens, you know, go through adversity, but then we also see them be elite and win a Super Bowl and then rebuild it again and then build another Super Bowl team. But, like, his situation, like, it's not going to get better than what he had in Baltimore, you know, let's be honest.
Yeah.
With what he had.
It's going to be hard to.
Like, the last 2-3 years, we were talking about the Ravens being Super Bowl contenders every year. Like,
Yeah.
they were one of the best teams in the AFC. So now it's like we're going to see him in a different form. Like, can we really see now what can he do with a team like the Giants? Like, that's real adversity right there, you know what I'm saying?
I will say with the Ravens, I don't think I was completely like. I understand that people put it on QB and coach as the most two important people that you put it on when they can't get it done. We can pinpoint multiple plays on them not being able to go to the Super Bowl, and those were player fuck ups. Like, like Mark Andrews
For sure.
dropping the 2-point
For
conversion
sure.
that moves them on from that game.
Yeah. For
Tyler
sure.
Loop missing that field goal that puts them into the playoffs this year. I mean, and there's other instances. There's been multiple other instances
Countless,
where
yeah.
the game goes the opposite way. Tyler Huntley against the Bengals when he jumped over the line and, and Hendrickson took it from him and took it back. Like, he put Tyler Huntley as in a position to win a playoff game against the Bengals. Like, that's the Harbaugh has done the best with what he's had, in my opinion.
That's what he's a floor raiser.
Yeah, he's a floor raiser. That's what I'm saying. But like the Giants, I'm not arguing that the Giants are going to be fantastic next year. Like, I'm not arguing that at all. I think they have a bright future. I think John Harbaugh is able to build this team into something fun. Now, it can go the opposite direction. It can be just a terrible fuck up, and he's fired after 3 years. But I don't believe that. I think that John Harbaugh raises this team. It's a young team into probably a scary team in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, that's fine. I think this team was going to develop good regardless of who they brought in, so that's the number one thing. So, but it just I get what you're saying. His historic. It just he's made so much like the playoffs and everything has just been so not like moving me. Like, this is the first time a team was the Super Bowl favorite going into a season and missed the playoffs. This is the first time ever.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I wouldn't. It was a weird situation because Lamar was hurt for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
And that
But they
defense,
still-
didn't
they still
perform at all.
I mean, I see what he's. I mean,
They still had a
I know what you're
chance.
saying.
They still had a chance to make the playoffs, though.
And Tyler Loop missed the field goal
And Lamar,
after missing
but
their
the
star
GM,
quarterback
the GM
for 5
even said
games.
even if Tyler Loop misses that playoffs, his job's only secured for one more week because he would have lost in the wild
That's
card.
because the GM made up his head, and the GM's a loser for saying that shit.
It wasn't the GM for first of all.
It
God,
was
for
the
the
owner of the team.
It's the owner of the team.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And the
the
owner of the
owner.
team, he's a loser for even saying that shit. Because John Harbaugh has brought you a Super Bowl, has brought you multiple successful teams each year. Like, winning a Super Bowl is hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's multiple franchises that have never won a Super Bowl. So, like, winning a Super Bowl has weight on being a coach in the future, regardless of
Yeah.
whoever
does.
you
Getting
are.
to
That's
one
exactly
does.
like Mike
Yeah, that's
McCarthy
why Mike
still is
McCarthy-
getting.
And it's a respect thing too.
It's a
Of course. Like I
respect-
said,
that's
when
why
you're a
he got the
long
job.
tenured coach, like people's gonna be like, yeah, like we know that you can do this. Like
Yeah.
you've been in the league for that long for a reason. So
It's just not moving me as much as it's moving other people.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have that opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody's got opinions, just like assholes. But yeah, I mean, if you got basically, we're on the side of John Harbaugh is a good coach,
Right.
Good coach,
Yeah.
and they might be a good team in 2 to 3 years. That's that's what we're assuming. And I put might because some people, this guy isn't really moved by it.